President Reyes, Article 14, Section 2 of the Northern Marianas Constitution addresses two important concepts with respect to uninhabited islands. First, it restricts the use of Managaha Island for cultural and recreational purposes only. Second, it identifies 4 islands to be maintained as uninhabited places and used only for preservation, namely the islands of Mauk, Uracas, Asuncion, and Guguan. During the Second Northern Marianas Constitutional Conventions of 1985, the Committee on Personal Rights and Natural Resources, of which I was a member, found that the islands of Uracas and Asuncion, 2 of the 3 islands in the proposed Marianas Trench Marine National Monument, are volcanically active and are generally unsuitable for permanent habitation. The committee found that in their undisturbed state, these islands have acquired a unique flora and fauna and are well suited for preservation or sanctuary status. We also found that in order to protect and preserve these unique biological characteristics, including the native wildlife and habitats, access to these islands must be controlled. Furthermore, we found that these islands warranted protections because they had not sustained substantial environmental damage caused by feral pigs and goats. Finally, we found that management or protection of fish could be addressed by appropriate agency of the government if necessary. The arguments I have heard in the media against the proposed monument trench marine national monuments all run counter to the intent of the writers of our beloved Constitution. You have heard that the current administration does not support the preservation of these islands. They support sustainable use, which conflicts with the constitutional purpose to preserve these islands. You have heard that if a monument were declared, we would have to ask permission to go there. Our original intent in protecting those islands was for everyone to ask for permission. That is the best way to protect and preserve their unique biological characteristics. You have heard that there is no need to protect these islands because they are so beautiful, so lush. That is exactly why we intended to protect those islands in the first place. These islands are undisturbed and they are unique, and they can serve as a source of population of wildlife to be used for restocking other islands where certain species such as fruit bats and coconut crabs have been depleted. They are also the vast vistas of what the Marianas were like before the Spanish arrived. Finally, you have heard that this is nothing more than another federal takeover. While our intent was to protect all the resources of the far north, we do not have jurisdiction or control over any of our surrounding waters. The federal government has jurisdiction from the mean high water mark out to 200 nautical miles. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which is NOAA, is the federal agency focused on the condition of the oceans, and NOAA Sanctuaries is the appropriate government agency for preservation of our marine resources, not NOAA Fisheries. I have attached a copy of the report of the convention by the Committee on Personal Rights and Natural Resources, Committee Recommendation number 29, for your reference. It will help you understand our Constitution better. In closing, I urge you to support the proposed Mariana Trench Marine National Monument. It will fulfill the original intent of our Constitution and benefit generations of Chamorros and Carolinians to come. And then I said, for your consideration.
So obviously, former